Hey everybody, and welcome to another audio commentary for RWBY Volume 1, RWBY Volume 1, created by Rooster Teeth, directed by the late Monty Ohm. So, here we're going through the opening sequence again. This was actually an extended sequence at the end of the first episode, so now we're getting a much shorter version of the intro. So, basically, what this episode covers is RWBY and his, sister Yang showing up, getting to Beacon Academy for their first year, and I would like to kind of comment. I really like these ships. I like the models here. Some of the stuff that we get to see in this world definitely reminds me a little bit of Star Wars, and maybe even a little bit of Tron. Just how everything just kind of is lit up. So here we get another glaring view of these silhouettes here that I'm not a huge fan of, that I'm really glad they fixed for Volume 2. And we also get RWBY as a chibi, which is something that we've gotten to see once in a while in certain anime. I actually just recently finished watching Angel Beats, which was only 13 episodes, but it was fantastic. I absolutely loved it. The ending just, I will confess, guys, the ending just made me bawl. I wouldn't exactly consider myself to be, the type of man that, just doesn't cry. I find myself crying at some pretty emotional stuff, and Angel Beats definitely made its mark on me, and I'm still thinking about it a lot right now. And here's another embarrassing animation moment here where Yang is running off with her friends that we never get to see again later on, and they're all silhouettes. So in this moment, we're introduced to Weiss, played by Kara Eberly. I'll be honest, if there's any... I have my own Hollywood crush, but if there's a Rooster Teeth crush of mine, I would say it's Kara Eberly. I think she's kind of a cute girl, playing a very bratty character right here, so it's kind of honestly the opposite of Kara's own personality. And also, we are introduced to Blake Belladonna right here, who would actually be my favorite member of Team RWBY. I love her backstory. I absolutely love, I just absolutely love her personality and where she's coming from. I actually wrote an AU, alternate universe story, having to do with Blake. I don't really want to give much away, but the story's called Pain Passed Down, RWBY Pain Passed Down. You can find it on fanfiction.net. So, here we get Blake kind of describing just the Schnee Dust Company, what it's all about, and we also kind of get a hint of a hint of hatred here from her about the Schnee Dust Company, how she really kind of feels about it. This was interesting considering that if you guys have seen the Black trailer that came out before this show got released, before the first episode was posted, you'll notice if you look real closely at the crates on the train that Blake is on, there's the emblem of the Schnee Dust Company. And here we get Jean Arc. So we are introduced to 3 different characters in like a matter of like a minute and a half, honestly. So Jean Arc is played by Miles Luna. He also plays Felix in Red vs. Blue, seasons 11 through 13. But I don't really want to give much away about the character Felix, just in case you guys haven't seen that yet, if you guys are planning to. But I'll just say right off the bat that Miles Luna plays 2 very different characters. Jean is very different from Felix. Felix is very different from Jean. Felix actually he's the type of character that knows a lot more what he's doing than Jean is. Jean is just kind of an insecure, nerdy guy here. I'm not entirely sure I really like his outfit. I mean, I get that with the sword and the shield and the armor, he's very old-fashioned in the way he presents himself. Whereas, like, with characters like RWBY, Blake, Weiss, and Yang, I felt like it was a little more unique, but Jean is very old-fashioned in his appearance. So, I like Jaune a lot. I actually kind of like with Ozpin, like I mentioned in the first episode, I like to practice his voice a lot, especially if my throat isn't so dry, you know, I could actually do his voice. I think I do a pretty decent job. And I also just love how Miles Luna can do the voice so loosely. Like, he really doesn't even have to do much to prepare for it. When he's talking in real life, when he's not trying to do Jaune, you can honestly hear Jaune at some points when he's talking, and it's pretty hysterical. So, this is basically RWBY. This is basically RWBY. This whole episode here is just RWBY getting to know some of the characters, some of the other people at Beacon, and it's interesting to see how this all opens up. The first couple episodes are completely dedicated to showing us how RWBY settles into Beacon and becoming team leader later on. So here are the end credits for the second episode, and I will see you guys for the next episode.